Next up, we have Sheila, a seasoned tarot card reader with a special talent for being an empath and remote viewing. With a thriving YouTube channel named Celtic Tarot Sheila, she's been sharing her insights and wisdom for nearly 5 years. Beyond her spiritual practice, Sheila is dedicated to her role as a mother of 2 and grandmother of 2, cherishing every moment with her loved ones. She's an avid dog lover and passionate gardener. She finds solace and joy in nature. As an empath, Sheila navigates life's journey with compassion and a deep understanding of the human experience, seeking connection and significance in the world around her. I happen to know she's also a badass TikToker, so check her out over there. Welcome, Sheila.
There she is. Oh, it's her usual smiling face.
Ay, Dios mío, who did your makeup, girl?
Really good. Like it a lot. If you're going to do it with that on, we may leave this hour to you.
Oh, it's not Halloween yet? It's not Halloween?
No.
Oh.
It's not even Labor. Well, it is Labor Day. No, it's not even Labor Day.
Somebody.
Hello. Hello, my sweets.
Okay, tell me how to make it go away because I can't find the button.
Go over into the chat where you find her and say hi. You've got the thing that should say at the top, hi.
I'm taking a little bathroom break. I'll be right back.
Okay, I see it. Thank you very much. I'm out of here.
Okay. Sheila's back. Jeffrey.
Hi.
You know, the irony of this is I found Jeffrey through Sheila.
Yes.
Yes.
And I found Jeffrey in a reading.
Mm-hmm.
He had bought a reading, and we just connected so much just through that reading. And then I brought him on my channel, and the rest is history. I visited him in New York before his apartment burnt.
Mm-hmm.
I've also visited Nancy in Texas, where it was 117 degrees.
And my car still does not have air conditioning. This is the scarf that Jeffrey made for me.
Yes.
That's what he was doing at the time. And Sheila's got one too.
Scarf. I do. I have. You can't see it, but I have his scarf underneath my love.
The one that I made you, Sheila, was with the roses. It was Venus. I remember.
Yes.
Yes, I remember.
Loved it, and I loved my tour through New York. Also.
Well, it wasn't 117 degrees in the shade.
No, it was not. It was in November because I came in his birth month.
Birthday. Yeah.
Yep. And so it was nice. It was nicer. I mean, New York was still warmish. I mean, it wasn't
warm.
You live in Colorado. Everything's warmish.
This is true. This is absolutely true.
It wasn't a cold. November is funny. Sometimes it's cooler, but here it's always like, I don't know, 75 or 80 every single day.
Yeah, he lives in boring Mexico City.
I love Mexico.
And if you guys want to see my videos from visiting Jeffrey and also visiting Nancy, they're on my channel. You just pay a small little fee. They're under my whatchamacallits. What are they called? Because every time I get on screen, I forget, my words. Under membership. If you go under membership, you can watch all the, and I think they were just some of them were just so funny. Some of them were just so fun. Some of them were very patriotic. And my Jeffrey, he literally was the star of my show while I was there.
Mm-hmm. You should have been a cinematographer.
You think?
Yeah.
I think a little bit more amateur, but I think maybe with a little effort, I could probably put a movie together if I had to.
You're good at it. You're good at it. You really, you're Gemini. I mean, that's your thing. Communication, that you're Gemini and you know how to
We had a comment about your mask. They wanted to know who fed you after midnight.
Exactly. I love my little mask. It has gotten me so much pleasure. What?
What?
Well, I'm here. I'm going to be here for Dia de los Muertos. And last year, we go to the cemeteries here. We ain't playing.
Oh, I know.
I would love to come visit you and go to the cemeteries at night. And I have a little thing on my iPad where you could do, what is it called when they talk through the voice thing?
EVPs. You can type an EVP.
Possibly. I think that's what it's called. But it goes in the
Yeah,
voice.
that's what it does. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I've used it in a few of my things that when I was a security officer, I would at midnight, in the middle of the night, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, I am walking around a very, very empty building. And this building had a lot of information about somebody, like workers killing people and workers dying, this, that, and the other. And yeah, it was pretty, but for some reason, I am not afraid. I don't have that. I don't have that spooky afraidness. I could walk through a
There's
cemetery.
really nothing to be afraid of.
Yeah,
Honestly.
I don't have it. I don't know why I don't have it, but I just have never really had it. And spirit box, there it is. That's the word.
Yeah, spirit box.
And so I would love to go to your cemetery. I think the cemeteries in Mexico would probably just be popping.
I keep on getting called. I live really close to the middle of the city, so I keep on getting called to the pyramids, and I always end up there. I always just end up there, and it's like, why am I here again? I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Well, the tickets to go down to New Mexico are pretty dang cheap from Denver.
Mexico, New Mexico is a state.
Up in Albuquerque, girl.
Old Mexico.
I meant Mexico City. I didn't mean to say New Mexico. I meant to say Mexico City. But yes. But it never gets cold there, so if I'm on film, I have naturally curly hair and it just does this.
There's no humidity here. There's no humidity.
Oh, well, that will help. That will help a lot.
There's no humidity.
All right, so what are we doing? How are the donations going?
Reading, we're having fun, we're raising money. Give us the money. Yeah.
Ooh, Jeffrey's shaking.
Jay Miranda wants to know, how do we get on the giveaway spinner? Oh, we're 2,100. So don't forget, and we've had people doing it through super chats. Please try to use the link. It's not that hard. When it shows up, you can right click on it and then hit copy it as a link. Go to Google and it'll take you right to the page. I got onto it right away. So, of course, I have a degree in computer science, so I cheat. But to get on the giveaway spinner, you have to be in the audience at the time that they're giving you. And I have another garden to give away and a grid. It's the first time I've ever given away a grid.
Oh, yeah. And I have a reading. I think I offered up a reading.
Okay, so that's what'll show up.
Yeah, that we're doing. So are we doing political readings or?
They show up on the screen somewhere in the midst of time. There's someone who controls the chat better than we do.
It's very exciting. Maybe it's
one. Will husband Mike have a good PET scan?
Yes, he's had I know the story. It's cancer sort of thing.
Okay.
Tuesday showing he does not have cancer again.
I hope so.
Does he have visual problems? My eyes just literally went fuzzy.
I'll read them for you because Jeffrey's got cataracts, so I'm getting to be the seeing eye dog of this group.
Is that you, Jeffrey, that I just felt, or something? Because my eyes just literally went fuzzy.
It's not me.
Welcome to
I can read little print without my glasses.
Welcome to my world.
Let's see, Mary's.
I have another appointment on Tuesday.
Good. You better get that done before you go blind.
I know.
Like, there's your Gemini friend. Speak and remind again. I'm sorry. I love you, Jeffrey.
No, it's such a long process here. I can't even tell you.
Kay Muldoon, who met us in Dallas 2 years ago. She came to the wine place. Sheila.
Oh, yeah, that was fun.
Lots of fun.
Okay, what are we doing?
We're asking if
If
We're asking about
if
Mary
we-
Curley's husband's PET scan.
what's he walking away from?
They're going to get clarity. I don't know if that means he's going to have cancer or not, but they're definitely going to get a clarity answer to that day. A judgment on it. Some innocence. Innocence, I'm hoping that it's doable, something's fixable, innocence.
Mhm.
And it's going to cost some money because I got some King of Pentacles. A leadership, a doctor's going to have to take care of something.
Right. And my out card was the Tower, but it's reversed. It's not
Yeah.
Oh,
like the ultimate bad news. But this has been weighing on you guys for so long, and you just need to go. Getting an answer will be better than living with what you've been living with.
Yeah, they're going to get truth and clarity. I got
And
absolutely that.
he's going to be offered an unconventional therapy.
Okay, I had cards, but they didn't make any sense to me, so I'm going to leave it where it is.
Because Sheila was messing with your mind.
Wow. Wow.
Get serious. This is serious. Phyllis' family's been struggling financially. Will it?
Oh, I gotta go then. I can't do it. I said you gotta get serious, and I'm like, oh crap, and I gotta go. But our families is struggling financially. Will it change soon? Guys? Now I'm not being silly or laughing or anything like that of the questions or the people who are asking the questions. Please understand.
Guys, you got to understand we're in extreme pressure here.
Yeah.
This is like old home week. It's like when you sit down with your buddies. Oh yeah, you're going to get better. There's going to be a change in your environment that's strong structurally. That's the Hierophant. And the problem is you can't find the work you want to find that has the payroll too that you want to get. So right now you're currently sitting in the Two of Swords. But you're going to get over the depression. It's the moon reversed. It's going to go away. And I don't know who the male is, but he's not pulling his weight. What you get, T. Sheila?
That is, my cards literally said optimism, the passion, the optimism. The optimism is, it's almost like you believe in somebody and they haven't come through. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
I think I'm doing that. Okay. You've been believing in somebody's words and they have not been coming true, and they probably won't. I have to be honest with you because there's going to have to be a transition in you.
Right. She's got it.
Yeah, you have a transition in you, and this one also is the authority and security. The only person that can provide security is you.
Mm-hmm.
Again, you. And the other one is a development. So once you get past that idea that you have to rely on somebody else for your future, and get over that process and walk into your truth and your abilities and who you are and what you need to do, you're going to develop a pathway to more secure and more money.
Right. I mean, it's like the two of you. Yeah.
Saw your cards.
Yeah, it's like completely in the same. Okay. I start with the Angel of Healing, which is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then I got that grief, disappointment, that one. And the thing is about this card, all the fives are really similar in a way because they're all about perspective. They're all about change. And here it's like all this disappointment. Oh, look at what I've lost. Look who disappointed me. Look at all the grief. Look at all the sadness. And the thing is with the five, you always have the choice. It's like, where am I looking? Because behind, you have two full cups. It's always backwards. I'm sorry. You have two full cups. And it's like, okay, that isn't going to work. Let me gather myself up. What have I got that works? What have I got here that, what can I, rustle up? And then it starts to come. And then, but I think the grief is part of the process, part of the realization. It's like,
Well, you got to let it go and realize you have to do your part, because if you're waiting on the other person to come, it's like waiting on a bus that got stalled 4 blocks away.
Right.
It's never coming.
I don't know who this pertains to, but there is somebody's hearing a bell often. Like, it sounds weird, like in the middle of the night. There's absolutely no way you're going to hear a bell. Who's hearing? I mean, I'm literally hearing somebody hear a bell. Is this related to the question?
I think it's the question we're looking at. Message from my mother. Too many things remind me of her, but I can't figure out what she's going on about. If somebody was ringing a bell in my ear, I wouldn't be able to figure it out either.
Is she hearing bells? I need a confirmation if somebody is that person hearing bells, because bells are alerts, like an alarm on an alarm clock. So I need a confirmation if she's hearing bells.
She didn't show up yet. So I hear a bell that sounds like a dog tag. And it's not her. It's Luna Storm 23.
Interesting.
Yes. She hears bells in my home and her name is called.
Okay. So this is an alert. So this right here, the strongest information I've had in a long time, that bell is pay attention to when you hear it and what's going on when you hear it, because it's an alarm for you. This is an alarm. That's all the best I can
figure out what Mom's trying to say.
Yeah.
So.
Like she's watching over you.
That's what I got. I got your mother's doing it out of love. The Ace of Cups. She's trying to teach you. You're thinking about moving somewhere or moving with someone, and she doesn't approve. She thinks they're wrong for you because she wants you to pick the right people to be with. And she wants you to retreat from some of the movements you're taking right now, because then you will have a happy home. What I think is you've invited someone in your life and your mother's going, you've seen this act before. You've been with this person before. You're thinking about making some sort of move, and she's just ringing the bell. And she put all four of us together so that we could find that for you.
What do you got, Jeffrey? What'd you get?
When you started, I'm just getting, because the two of you are reading, I'm just getting all this stuff.
You get the downloads for us?
I can't see anything, but I could hear a lot. That's what I got, like this, almost like a bell of protection, like a sphere of protection. Because you were taught, and then it was like, yeah, it's protection. She's trying to protect. And the other, when I started, I got the 4. And she wants you to be happy and comfortable. The 4 of Wands. She wants you to be happy and comfortable in your home. That's what she wants. And the 4 of Wands. I'll show you the card. The 4 of Wands is like it's this deep sense of domesticity. It's about being at home in your body, being at home in your mind, being at home. And, for me, the 4 of Wands is sort of like you go to someone's house and they have like early American furniture covered in plaid and maybe some flowers. It's very like, sit down, make yourself comfortable. It's not like, you go to someone's house and it's like, it's a white velvet couch and it's like, oh, I can't sit down. And it's like, sit down, have a cup of coffee. It doesn't even matter if you spill it.
The lady with the bells says that her mother always had a bell on her dresser.
Oh.
Nah. This question, will my son be able to buy his own house after we get rid of Death Santis? Because she lives in Florida. I know who this lady is. Yeah, he's ready to throw down the burden of, he's military and he's ready to be done with that. But he's really not sure where he wants to settle yet. So buying a house like right away, he's gonna be the hanged cat. This is my cat deck, Sheila. He's a hanged cat, and there's something about buying a house that's too much change for him right now. But there's a part of him that's torn because he realizes it's kind of a commitment he's made with someone to get a house. So he's sort of torn about it, but it's going to be his choice. He's in the handicap position. Getting a house right now is what you want for him, not what he wants for him.
Does he have? I don't know what's going on, but I am literally getting a whole bunch of like information downloads on my body.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to sound horrible, but I am sorry, but this is exactly what I got. He planted a tree somewhere, and his tree and his roots are all going to be ripped up, and it's not going to be an easy process.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that house is going to be the roots that are going to be ripped, or his life, or his relationship, or his career, something. I mean, he's not going to, he's going to live through it.
He's getting out of the military, Sheila. You know what that's like. He's been living in military everything.
Yeah, I don't think that's it.
Okay. It's something he did outside of that. Okay.
Yeah, it's something. It's almost like any decision he makes to be permanently placed. It should not be done. I see the dinghy boat in the middle of a pond, and that's what he should be focusing on. That's what I get.
Okay.
And I get persistence and patience as his card. Persistence and patience.
Yeah, I get, okay. Well, I'm not getting Florida. I'm getting southern Georgia. That's really clear.
It's nice.
There's that whole swamp area. I don't know what it's called. The very big swamp.
Okefenokee Swamp, but I think that's all in Florida.
But that's what I'm getting. So I get, the opportunity will be there, but I don't think he's going to want it. He's going to be complete. He'll be able to, but I don't think that's what he wants. He's going to look somewhere else. I'm sorry. He's looking somewhere else. Oh, look, here's water too. He's looking for somewhere else with more opportunity.
Okay.
He's looking for a place that has more, that he feels more at home, he feels more comforted in. And it's not Florida. I'm really getting it's not Florida.
Okay. We got another person. We've got another question. When I just glanced at the thing, we had 555 people watching. Now we're at 561. It's growing all the time. But if you want to contribute, we've created the Deborah. I say we like I did this, right? Deborah created a link, and it goes right into a direct fund for Kamala. If you are outside the United States, you cannot give to them this way. You're going to have to find another way. Support a group they like Planned Parenthood or somebody, but don't do this. That is the federal laws, and trust me, I had to go through a campaign finance report and separate out all the money that should not have been reported there. Okay. Are my gifts starting to show? Some interesting things have been happening around me. Also, been seeing a lot of dragonflies. Yes, my spirit animal. They usually represent her dad's visits. Well, I never knew your dad, but good for him. Thank you. So, is her gift starting to grow?
I mean, the minute I read it, I was like, yeah, obviously.
We're in that time, everybody.
I was like, obviously.
Yeah, people who have gifts don't. People who don't have gifts don't walk around asking if their gifts are showing.
Exactly.
Yes, my dear. If you're noticing something, then yes, that's always a yes. Because people that don't have gifts don't even understand that question of, do I?
And what was the great gift that your father gave you? What was the great lesson that he taught you that you carry with you? That's what needs to be cooked. That's what needs to be enhanced, honored, made more bright.
Right. And what I got is her father's, he's showing up. He doesn't want her to keep hanging around. He doesn't want her to be wasting some time. This was his gifts. He gave her a safe place to live, the Four of Swords, and he gave her enlightenment. And he wants those to grow. And he knows that her gifts and her heart and her being can grow right now. but at times she gets into the Two of Swords mode. When the Two of Swords to me is your head and your heart are fighting, surrender to your heart. Your dad's saying surrender to your heart.
And I'm feeling she had a strange relationship with that person. Can I get that confirmed? It's not like it was a beautiful relationship.
No.
It was a relationship that brought her to enlightenment in order to get through her own emotions.
Okay. He created security for her, but it didn't mean that he was there saying, I love you, honey. He just gave her a secure place. It was his deal. Oh, the world had screwed him over. Trust me, he has a reverse temperance, a reverse world. The only thing he could do is he could always figure out how to make things balance. And you had a sibling that he didn't get along with. And he has the Ace of Swords. He couldn't move forward. So, but he somehow, the kind of security he gave you at your heart, you can tell it when you have friends who've lived in houses where they starved or they had to move every 2 months because the rent wasn't paid. She didn't live in that kind of house, but there wasn't an overabundance of love. And he probably seemed angry because if I had those cards that the world screwed me over, I'd probably be angry too.
I also, somebody also brought up a good point. Our gifts come from source and no other human being.
No, but the source, but the human being's behavior can help us tie to it more closely.
Absolutely. Can bring us to the light. So. She said that I was daddy's girl and he had a horrible relationship with my mom. So that was her that was her contrast with that human being.
The two archetypes were fighting.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. My parents got along to the detriment of everyone else that was around them. They had one of those kind of marriages, and so you felt like you didn't need to be there. So that's a different kind of archetype to live. Okay. Do we see, artist Liz wants to know if her finances will improve so I can move out of this horrible apartment. And she wants to move to California. We're going to move out of the horrible apartment first.
I had to answer somebody in the comments says, I keep on seeing the Roadrunner. Now, if you go back to the Roadrunner is always trying to escape. The Roadrunner was the prey, and he was trying to escape the
coyote,
the predator. So that might be a little bit of a hint as to reason why you keep on saying that. Are you prey or are you a predator?
Yep.
So, anyways, let's back here.
Artist Liz, do you want to talk first, Sheila? Or you want me to go?
No, go for it.
You've got the star. You're headed in the right direction. Being an artist is good for you. Yeah, you are more than ready to go, girl. There's the cherry. Who is the male figure that tied you to this property? That kind of got you indebted. But I show that's your only negative card. I show you getting the Empress, getting everything you want, and finally meeting the right people, the Three of Pentacles, to be able to go forward with your career. So I think, yeah, I think you're gonna get to California too.
I get really good cards. I start with the Eight of Cups. It's like I'm on my way. Right? Go west. I get the Fool, starting a new journey. I get the Queen of Pentacles, really practical, and really good with money, knows how to use it. I get opportunities coming. I get the card of happiness and joy. And the Angel of Healing.
You're gonna get. Okay.
You have a strategy. That's what a great reading that was. Wow.
Do you see that same sort of stuff?
I get confusion, which I think comes with the game. I also get efficiency and dependability. There's somewhere, some way, and that's inverted. Somewhere, some way, your efficiency and your dependability is not aligned with you right now for some reason. Your judgment, your reflection, and your liberation. It's like, I used to be a girl who just flew by the night and I could do
Mhm.
anything I wanted. All of a sudden you feel restraint. And then
Mhm.
on the nine of pentacles is the prosperity and the reward. So once you get through this contrast and get back aligned with your efficiency, your dependability, and your libertarian, where you can go and move anywhere you want, the answers and the information will come into play as to how you get to where you need to go. And I think after that is done, honey, you're on your way.
Mhm.
I'm also getting that even if there's a stepping stone to get out of the place that you're in, even if it's in the same city, the same state that you're in, that you need to get there to like clear your head,
Right.
that you can get to California. Because my first card was the 8 of Cups, and it's like I'm on my way. But sometimes on your way, like I'm on my way on a trip, but like in the first half hour, we're going to stop at a diner. In the first half hour, we're going to go and get, I don't know, supplies for the trip, like that. It's like, but you gotta like get the train moving. You know what I mean? That makes sense?
Yep.
Makes sense to me.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. We need a new question.
And I just wanted to tell Sharon Sipe and all of the moderators that are in here are doing a fantastic job.
Mhm.
Talking to everybody and informing everyone, and Sharon, who always posts everybody's link. So if you are wondering who is talking and you need a link to go and subscribe to their channels, talk to Sharon Sipe. She'd be more than happy to provide you with all the information that you may need. And please donate.
Okay. Will my Joy to Live Zoom be hosted by the VA or somewhere better? So I take it it's about something with veterans. So I'm just going to take the question as it is. Will it be? I'm just going to say, will it be hosted by VA? I'm going to tell you guys, yes, no questions cannot be a decision tree. We have to have a yes or a no.
Yeah.
What'd you get, Jeffrey?
I gotta know.
Yeah.
That's your dream. That's what you're dreaming of, but it comes to an end, and then I have the transformation. So this is a no. This is like looking at another place. This is something else is happening. One thing dies so another can live. I mean, that's what the transformation is about. That's what it's about. One thing dies, one plant dies, it goes into the ground and another one blooms. That's what's going on. Because this is the end of something. Beginning of something new at the same time. So that, to me, that's a no.
Well, I'm glad your cards came out the way they did, because I was like really concerned, because mine are also the Ten of Swords, collapse and failure, and the other one is the Five of Cups, which is disappointment and loss. So I thought,
but what I got is, it's what you were really born to do, and you've got the right idea. You're being undermined by other people. You got a Five of Swords. Someone's actually trying to steal the idea from you and take it for themselves. And you feel powerless because you don't have the energy to go fight with them about it. The only way you might do it is if you actually confront the people about this. But I don't know that that's going to be all that much help. It's the Three of Swords reversed. You got somebody who's close to you that's involved with this, who's trying to take the idea for themselves. So I would say somewhere better.
Yeah. And the other thing is, this card is so misunderstood. This is a really good card. The Death card is a really, really good card. It's something dies so that something new and more beautiful can be born. The sun is rising in this. The sun is rising. The Death card is a really good card. It gets this bad rap, but it's a complete transformation, and it's really positive. It's the caterpillar becoming the butterfly. I mean, that's what the Death card is. That's really what it is.
It's like most people don't realize when you look at the major arcana in order, the Tower hits, and when you put the Tower down, when I used to read at table with people, they'd freak out. It was sort of the one card they kind of understood. And But the next card after the Tower is the Star. You can't create new goals unless you've torn apart the old artifice you thought you were living in.
Exactly. And then after the Death card is Temperance, the angel of healing.
Mm-hmm.
So, sometimes things need to die so that something else can live. It's as simple as that.
Okay, we need Michael to. We hope we answered it for you, Michael. It may have not been the one you wanted, but we did the best.
It's a great name, by the way, Michael. The name, it has a lot of energy to it, and I could feel it. So know that.
Together running the questions, we're going to have to go find our own, I guess. Yeah, I guess so.
That's okay.
Hey, you guys, we're going to take a quick pause and we're going to listen to a message from our founding father, John Adams. And then we're going to come back and do some giveaways, because if we don't start squeezing them in, we're going to run out of time.
Okay.
So hang tight.
Let's see what John Adams has to say. This is exciting.
Yeah.
I think we have to put ourselves on mute when you do that, right? I'm pretty sure of it.
No, you don't.
It worked last time because I've been here since the beginning.
Everybody, thank you for sticking around and watching this. This is the second presentation in our discussion of the founding fathers. We did George Washington, and if you missed it, go back and check it out. So in the meantime, we're going to talk about John Adams. He was born in 1735 in the Massachusetts Bay Colony. Doesn't that sound like a really long time ago? He died in 1826. He died in 1826, and he was one of 3 founding fathers to die on July 4th. How weird is that? It's just incredible. 2 of them died on the same day, like the same year, July 4th, the same year. He was 91 when he died. Something I think we should pay attention to as we go through these little stories about the founding fathers. Most of them lived very old. It's interesting. So Adams, he assisted Jefferson in crafting the Declaration of Independence. That took courage. This is me just editorializing. They were defying England, defying the monarchy. You just didn't do that. They basically were putting their heads on the guillotine if they got caught. So he assisted Jefferson. Before the war, he was an attorney, and he represented British soldiers who had been involved in the Boston Massacre. He fought in the Revolutionary War. He helped negotiate the Treaty of Paris. That was the treaty that ended the war with England. He was a diplomat to Europe after the war. He was the first vice president. He was the second president of the United States, but he was the first president to live in the White House. Isn't that interesting? Yeah. He privately, I think that's the key word here. He was devout, but he was an exceptionally independent thinker. John Adams clearly stated, and this is a quote, "The government of the United States is not in any sense founded on the Christian religion." Founding father, direct quote. I just can't emphasize that enough. This comes from, it's written down, the Treaty of Tripoli in 1797, when they were having problems with pirates on the high seas, and they went to Tripoli to work out something, the Barbary pirates, I think. He fell out with, the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli. That's where that comes from. 1797. He fell out with Jefferson. They started arguing about issues of the strength of a centralized government. So this is the seeds already of that states' rights, strong federal government battle that's been going on ever since. He died on the exact same day as Jefferson. So Jefferson and Adams died on the same day, same year. And Washington died same day, different year. July 4th. How did the English behave towards you Americans while negotiating the peace treaty?
They were mostly respectful. They were admitting defeat and were ready to go home. Some were mystified by us, and some were disgusted. Mostly they were weary. They wanted to get this thing done and go back to their lives. So they conducted themselves as gentlemen, got the job done, and moved on.
This came to my mind, this question, because I've been listening to Revisiting the Rise and Fall of the Third Reich. Dense book, but it talks about Hitler's obsession with Versailles, the Treaty of Versailles and the signing, in the railroad carriage, and how put upon, how badly treated the Germans felt. And I wonder how the British felt, because this was a big blow to the empire in a lot of ways. Interesting. Okay, did you meet with Jefferson on a spiritual plane the day you both died? Was it a surprise to see each other? I didn't know you got invited to this party.
I met with my deceased loved ones. Jefferson wasn't even on my mind at the time. We met up quite some time later, after we had both had time to process our passing and meet with our teams. Only then did we each learn of the interesting coincidence that we both exited on the same day. We had a drink and a laugh over the odd coincidence. We speculated about the conspiracy theories that must have run rampant at the time.
I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah. But
Well,
all that was behind us, so we quickly moved on, went our separate ways, continued this new chapter of life as souls.
Weird to think that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all for John Adams.
Hello? Is anybody there?
What happened?
I don't know.
They haven't turned us back on. They have to go back in the studio and put us back up. There we are. There you are. They're doing really well. Deborah, you're doing brilliantly.
I'm sorry, you guys. I don't know why it stopped.
Don't worry about it.
Were you guys done?
I think it was close to the end.
Yeah, it seemed to me it was an end, but
Yeah, it sounded like it. So I ran the giveaway, and Nancy Jean, you had a second thing you wanted to give away. Do you want to give away something different this time?
We can give away the garden, and you can give away the grid when I'm not around. That's fine.
Okay. We can do that. All right. Let me grab the name. Candace Yeager. You are the winner. Congratulations.
Mazel tov.
Candace, send me, email me.
Mm-hmm. It's probably best if all of emails go through you, Deborah. That way.
Yeah, we'll do that. So I'm going to skip back out of here and let you guys finish doing your readings until the top of the hour when we're going to bring Deanne on.
Okay. Hello. Sheila, you got to turn your microphone on. There you go.
Yes, ma'am. I got it.
Wasn't that fascinating with John Adams?
Yeah, I like that information.
Yeah, I knew they died the same day. I knew that.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew they'd had a falling out. Ken Burns did a really wonderful documentary about the Founding Fathers. It was fascinating, really fascinating.
Yeah, and was it HBO? I think it was HBO that had the John Adams biography. That was incredible because they talk a lot about his wife, who was an incredible influence. Unfortunately, they didn't do what she said.
Abigail Adams.
Abigail Adams.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We can't give out advice. Please give me advice about pertaining to sons.
I tell you, Ellen, they need to pull that question. If your sons want to know, they can contact us. I mean, I don't read for spouses that are having okay.
Third party.
Yeah.
Who's the one that's doing the pulling the questions?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Hubby is going for a biopsy next week. Good outcome or not so good.
Okay, we're going to do good outcome. We're going to do the positive. That's another one, guys. You don't understand. We can't do decision trees. We can't answer two questions at once. But we can start from positive. I always like to start from the positive.
Perfect.
Yes, Mama sees all. Jeffrey is brilliant. I agree with you.
Thank you.
And I'd love to call him my very best friend. Same with Nancy.
How do you email Deborah? Go through the Voice of Akashic Change. That's her address. It's also on all the stuff that had to do with the show. But if you know how to reach me, you can try and reach me too. But the woman wanted to know about her husband. There's going to be a problem that's going to require some work.
Mm-hmm.
But I see him. He's going to make it out okay.
Wait, does my late husband's friend, does my late best friend who died 2 years ago have a message for me?
Okay. And by the way, the biopsy, I got the same thing.
That the biopsy.
Yeah, they're going to have to cut something. But you have a strategy. You have a strategy, and
Mhm.
you're so that's really
and
good.
I saw that she had good people guiding him through it.
Yeah. Okay, so
Did this best friend die of like maybe lungs related or lung cancer or something from the chest? My chest is on fire, which usually means cancer of the chest or something. Or did they? Can I get a confirmation on that to see if I'm in the right place? Because best friend is on a journey of some sort.
Mhm.
There's some sort of healing on the other side that person is doing, that you may know them well enough to know that they have to do some stuff over there before they can
Mhm.
talk to other people. I guess this is the best. I don't know what it's like over there. I've never been. I don't know.
You don't remember.
The information that I'm getting is that person, your best friend, is doing stuff so that they won't be so toxic. Now, this is willing participants. Some people don't willingly do that, and they go off and do more damage. But this one's,
it's a life review. I got what you're saying. It's a life
review. Something's.
He was trapped. He was trapped before he left. I think he was sick for a while before he left.
Yeah.
And he had a King of Swords kind of
Breathing
personality.
issues.
Okay. He really liked to push things forward, but there's something about he had a son or a younger male that has left with some money problems, but he's teaching you to not be so defensive. The message he's sending to you is don't be so defensive, despite what you saw happen around him. And your out card is the Lovers. You two have known each other through a lot of lifetimes. So he's trying to send you a signal about something that grew out of the turmoil that was going on around him when he died.
She is a she. The best friend was a she.
Okay.
Renee
Well,
said.
The King of Swords can be a woman with. I show up with the King of Swords.
I don't read kings and queens as male or female. I read them as energy.
They're like angels.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I got that they're taking responsibility on the other side. They're working on it, and they're trying to find a new spiritual path. Yeah, and Archangel Michael's there with them to give them clarity or clarity.
And I think, Nancy is right. Whatever the relationship was and how they passed and things like that, this best friend got a clear lesson and a clear path forward because of that lesson. Absolutely.
Yeah. There's a lot of trust that got broken when he was ill. Or she was ill. When she was ill. Okay. Let's see. Married, everything always evolves. So we're going to go to will we move to a new home?
Wait, is this the same question? How will my marriage evolve in the next year?
I said they're always going to evolve. So I'm moving right to will we
Oh,
move
I see. I see the second question. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I see a something about that home that you're living in right now. There's an emotional attachment to that home, something you've either built or rebuilt or redid, or there's an emotional attachment to that home that really is preventing you from moving forward. And that emotional attachment is not necessarily a great and wonderful and a positive one. It's almost like somebody built an ugly cabinet and you can't stand the cabinet, but the emotional attachment is still there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I got with that one. So that's the reason why you're asking the question, will we move? Well, the question is will you let go of that attachment?
Something about this house has been a bad financial investment. And she wants to live in a house that she feels comfortable in. She thinks she's found a place they can go to, but something's going to tie up the sale because there's some legal paper that's out against the house. But you really want to get rid of this house. 10 of Wands. So it's going to be, you're going to have to work at it. It's not going to be just all fall in place and be starlights and roses. Get a good realtor. If you've got notes or anything possibly tied against your house, get a good realtor.
The hint is a smaller garden. That's the hint. You'll know because I'm going from a very large garden, which is like the whole earth, to a contained garden.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And trust your intuition. But there's something about the garden that's going to give you the hint.
Mm-hmm. You'll know it when you see it. You've been given the hint.
But it has to do with the garden, or the plot of land it's on, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's the hint. But overall, I would say this is a yes, because I get the Empress.
Yeah, she's going to get out of it, but it's not going to be, I'm just going to walk in, it's all just going to fall.
The Star. So I get a yes, but the hint is the garden.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I got.
Okay. Someone needs to put up a question, or we get to figure it. Okay, or we're going to
giveaway.
Oh, okay.
Nancy Jean Garden. And we have a winner. It is Darnice Nice, NYCE. Darnice Nice. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Very
Nice.
good.
Yes. So I'm going to pop back off. You guys got a few more minutes to take a couple more questions before we finish. And
Okay.
Good one for you. Let's see.
Okay.
Am I staying longer?
Yeah, you are. You're coming back.
You're here for an hour with Deanne.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, grandfather Ephraim. He lived in Mexico City. You ought to get the message right away, Jeffrey. What? Why are you laughing?
This
Because
guy,
he's offering you something to eat.
it's like almost like tamales on Christmas. I don't know what's going on there, but
They
Yeah,
ride
Something about tacos.
bicycles, and they have this thing, and they sell tamales. So you have to listen, and you hear the bell ringing.
Mhm.
Tamales oaxaqueño, tamales con mole, tamales.
it's almost like the recipe, like, don't put that in your tamales. You have to do this. It's like this.
So delicious.
Oh my gosh, the picture I just got of this guy.
Yeah, it is for a tamale on the street. It's 27 pesos, which is like, I don't know, $1, less than that.
I
That's
remind someone of their granny on her dad's mom. She was an angel. I had to read that one. I don't get those many. So, what did I get about grandfather? No, I don't think he's trying to get through to you. I think someone that around him is. What I got is he'd be a great messenger if he was trying to do it and get through, but all my other cards are no. And it's your own concerns about your life. You're thinking about making some changes and you're not sure. So you'd like a little more guidance. You can ask for him to come through.
I get it's his widow that's coming through, or his wife.
Okay, another family member.
Right, and she's a little witchy, in a good way. And because look, I have the woman of loss. I have the queen of wands, who's like the witchy one, right? Knows when to act. Black.
She's got her cat and everything.
Right. Right. So she's magic 101. And then I get this card, which is so profound. This is like, you're loved and supported. Know that you're loved and supported. If I choose to, sink into that love and support, it's there for me. So it's almost like an invisible realm. It's like it's already there. It's like a chair waiting for you, and it's like, okay, I choose to sink into this, and to be guided.
Mm-hmm.
I choose to sink into this and be guided.
Mm-hmm. This is a different question. This is a question I don't think we can answer because it's about your son and his problems.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, yeah, the question, I know when I do private readings and stuff like that, sometimes I'll look into a reaction or how the relationship reacts with that person who is asking. But this person,
I'll tell you my best way to explain it. When I was reading at table in the wine bar, a woman came up and she sat down and she had a few glasses of wine. She said, "When's that dirty, rotten bastard I was married to going to get his?" And I said, "If he wants to come and ask me, I'll be glad to tell him. It's not your job." And then I talked to her about why she was so upset about it. So.
But back to that other one, the relationship that person has. This reading is for her and how she is perceiving this child.
We could read you.
That needs to let go and allow that child to just do either sink or swim, but that child has to learn the lessons, and it's you that is holding them back because you're so worried about them.
Okay.
That's the message.
Okay, yeah. And you just kind of put us in an awkward situation ethically, trying to read other people that are not there.
Yeah.
Do any of my ancestors have messages? Oh, that's not too broad. She only wants to hear from dead people. Talk to the two brothers you still have, because the conversation from the other side seems pretty limited, unless you're trying to figure out stuff about them. And I know people say, "Oh, wait, somebody showed up and told me everything, and so I didn't need to worry anymore." That, trust me, is not the way most of these things go. Work with the ones you got that are living. What'd you get, Sheila? I mean, you could get a totally opposite thing for me.
Okay, this is going to sound really, really bizarre.
Okay.
My first impression was, are you sure you know who your ancestors are?
Hug the ones you're with. Yeah, I know all about that.
No, not that. Are you sure you know who your ancestors are? Are you sure you're in the right spot?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I don't know why that came through, and I could be totally wrong, but that is the absolute. I was like, that person doesn't know who their ancestors are. That's the reason why they're confused.
Okay.
So is there something to that?
Ask her.
DNA test you have to make. I don't know, but you're not searching for the right ones, or
I think you should say that.
Yeah. Okay. So Jeffrey's getting.
I mean, I got this one when I first saw the brothers, I was like, I think one of the brothers is psychic, and then he can help you. And when Nancy said that, okay, so I got this, and then what Sheila said, what you said, and it's like, this is sort of like being left out in the cold. Maybe you're being left out in the cold because you're not looking in the right place, and maybe the right place is somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, and we all have ancestors. We're just saying that she may not be tying into the right energy. Anyway, am I free to go? Because I've been
yes. I just popped in to say thank you.
4.5 hours today.
Yeah.
Bye, Nancy. Love you.
Yeah,
Bye.
if you guys see me, I'll be on Tuesday on my channel at 1:00 Central Time.
And Nancy, we have to exchange emails. We have to set up our thing. Okay.
Yeah, we got to set up our weeklies. Bye, everybody.
Well, thank you, Nancy and Jeffrey. We so appreciate you. Bye.
Thank you. Make me go away.
I'm working on the button. Sorry, a little slow.